Hello, my name is Chris Owens. If you're familiar with the videos that I've posted this class, as well as earlier classes with Professor Gutierrez, then you've undoubtedly noticed somebody else in the scene helping me out with the shots. This is my good friend Will Redmond. He's not only a Kennesaw State graduate, but he's also an accomplished actor. I recently sat down with Will to recap his journey.
Hey, someone want to explain what the hell's going on over here?
So thank you for taking the time and sitting down with us today, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. Busy day today, lots of golfing, so it was
Well,
hard
thank
to
you.
find time to squeeze it
I
in.
appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. We'll just jump right into it. What got you into acting?
Well, when I was really young, my dad was always an actor. He was always doing theater shows around downtown Atlanta, and found some good success with it. And so it was something that I was exposed to early on, but never really thought about. I always thought I wanted to be a soccer player or an architect or something like that. And as I grew up, got into middle school, I started doing plays at church, some plays in school, and I found out I was actually pretty good, had a decent bit of natural ability. Got to play Peter Pan, Tom Sawyer, all the classics. And everybody would always tell me, like, you really have something here, like this is something you should try and develop. And I never really took it too seriously. And then I got kicked out of the school I was in and kind of had a quarter life, eighth life crisis, and started thinking about like who I wanted to be. And I had been thinking back and forth about the acting thing, and I finally decided, like, all right, well, my life's kind of turning upside down, might as well try a new career path. And started looking online for like how to become an actor, stuff like that. Took a couple intro to acting classes, intro to on camera classes, and used a website called backstage.com to find extra work on some of the bigger productions casting in Atlanta, some student films, independent films, a couple student films down at SCAD. And through that, I was able to put together a reel, like a composite of some of the work I had done. And I got some cheap headshots done by a friend who had a camera, and they looked okay, not great. But I took that headshot, made a resume, and took my reel, and I sent it out to all the different agents in downtown Atlanta, and one of them bit.
So what was the first role that you actually booked?
So my first major role was on a production called The Outsider. It was an HBO episodic based on a Stephen King novel called of the same name, The Outsider. Sort of in the horror mystery genre, and it was directed and produced by Jason Bateman. And so I was just a little farmhand at the tail end of episode 2 who discovered some evidence that the killer had touched and found it in my barn and called the police, and just sort of created a cliffhanger for the next episode.
What is your dream role as far as being an actor?
Wow.
Like you say, you've been typecast, not almost typecast, but you seem to fit this with that. If you had your choice, your pick of the litter, what do you think you'd excel at the most? What type of role?
I think the thing that I'm attracted to most as an actor, I've always loved films depicting real life events, or really biopics, like about specific people. So something I think that would challenge me so much is something that's so attractive to me, like the idea of having to envelop and be another person, and just the process of researching that, meeting with that person if they're still alive, figuring out everything I can and transforming myself into that person. I feel like just knowing that I had the power to do that as an artist would really satisfy me career-wise.
Well, thanks for taking the time to sit down with me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime.